My name is Shay, and in this video, I'm going to show you 3 things that you can do today to help bring in more customers to your business, even during the slow season. Hey, most likely you're sitting there and you're asking yourself, why would she be doing this? And what's in it for her? Well, you're lucky because I read minds. And the answer is that I found most of the time local business owners are just way too busy running their business to learn all the ways that the internet can help them. And sometimes the only hesitation to hiring someone is they don't know who's an expert and who isn't. So I found that by giving people an easy, free attack plan of actual things that they can do to impact their business for free, well, that's resulted in some of those business owners raising their hands and saying, hey, I like you, Shay. Please do this for me. So if by the end of this video, you like what you've heard, and you can see that I have a lot of tricks up my sleeve that can help your business, well, shoot me a message back and we can chat. Or if at the end of the video, you simply want to take this free attack plan and give it a go yourself, hey, that works for me too. So now let's get into me showing you 3 things that's going to set your company above the competition and not waste any more of your time or mine. So the first thing I want to go over is content. Now, most business owners know that they need decent content, but what they don't know is that Google's little search bots are out there reading your websites and looking for a minimum of 1,500 to 2,400 words of informative, well-written content with the right keywords for you to show up at the top of a Google search. So let me show you using this example. I'm using an example of a search term, metal roofing St. Louis. And here's your site page on metal roofing. And you have about 600 words when I did it in word count. Now, if we look at your competition's page for metal roofing, what we see here is they've got quite a bit more content, and they're running right at about 2,000 words content on their metal roofing page. Hey, but that's still beatable. All we have to do is do about 500 more words of content than they have, as long as it is well-written content. Now, this is a little tool I use called Ahrefs. And essentially, it gives me behind-the-scenes details that Google is looking at when it comes to ranking a site. So I ran a quick scan of the competitor here, Wildwood Roofing, and it is showing me their keywords. I click here on their keywords. It will show me the exact keywords that your competition is ranking for and what your customers are searching for every month. And as you can see, your competitor is ranking at the top for metal roofing St. Louis, 2 different spellings of that. And that is right here, 80 and 60 volume. That is 150 searches by your customers every month. Now let's go back and look at your site. Pop it in the same deal here. And we're going to look at your keywords here. And here we find metal roofing St. Louis, all the different spellings of it. And, you're not ranking for it. You're in positions 19 and 16 and 24. Oh yeah, we added in the St. Louis, Missouri one here. So 19th, 24, that's well past the first page. So the first thing that you need to do to beat your competition online is to add about 500 words more content than your competitor has and include these exact keywords several times throughout that content, because that is what's driving your competitor's business. And it's 100% beatable if you get this done. Now, check this out. When we Google metal roofing St. Louis, this is what pops up. we've got three areas here. First in line are the ads. Well, now here's the thing. Ads can work, but they can also be a money pit if you don't first have your website dialed in right. The next section that we look for is down here a bit, and it is near this map, and it is called the Map Pack or Google Maps section. And that lists the top 3 local businesses. Now you might be asking, okay, Shay, how do I get in the Map Pack? Hey, I told you I read minds. And this is everything to do with the second thing I want to show you today, and that is citations. Well, you're probably asking yourself, what's a citation and why do they matter? That's a great question. Well, a citation is simply your business name, address, and phone number. And that's also known as the NAP. That's out on places like Yellow Pages, BBB, Facebook, and a couple hundred other directories. And this is how Google verifies and gives relevance to your local business. Well, right now, you're not ranking up here in the top 3. And when I investigate for citations for you, I'm only finding about you listing in about 15, 16 directories. Well, the average number of citations for businesses that ranking in these top 3, about 150 citations. So when you get more citations than your competitor, you gain more trust from Google. And that pushes you above them in the Map Pack. Now you might be asking yourself, great, how do I do that? Well, it's really simple. We use sites like WhiteSpark or BrightLocal, and that'll tell us exactly what directories your competition is listed in. Then we can literally go down their list and match what directories they are on. But we don't stop there because we don't want to just match them. We want to dominate them online. So we'll make sure you have about 200 citations. So it takes them a long time to catch back up. Now, let's talk about the third thing I want to go over today. That is backlinks. This third pillar will really help you dominate on Google. So when we are searching metal roofing St. Louis and we scroll past the Map Pack, that shows number 3 here, Google is playing around again and putting some of the organic search up top. So yes, this is considered the organic search. And it's what you see on the first page of Google. This is where you absolutely want to be, but mostly you want to be in these top 3. Why? Because 70% of all clicks go to these 3 sites. And with over 150 searches a month for metal roofing St. Louis, that means about 105 customers landing in those top 3 businesses every month. Well, how do you get there? Well, you need authority. So how do you get authority? Well, it all comes down to backlinks. Now, a backlink is when you've got one website that links to another and you can bring them up online. So, like if you've got a blog or a website that you come across your business name in an article, if you can click on that business name and it takes you to your website, hey, that is a backlink. It's kind of like a vote of confidence in Google's eyes, and it passes authority because it's like a popularity contest. You've got all these other people talking about you online. So let me give you an example. If you had like a local blog or industry site, and that was linking back to you, hey, isn't that great? That's great. But if you're a roofing company and you get a backlink from Pizza Hut linking to you, hey, that's not so great because you don't sell pepperoni. So here is your site, and we have got in the overview, we see here that you have 0 backlinks. Well, that is not so odd. A lot of companies do not put backlinks to their back pages. It's something that we're going to fix, because this is going to push you up in that organic search pretty fast by getting you some good backlinks. So we're going to look at your competition. And if we go up to their overview, again, not a whole lot of backlinks. 7 is a pretty insignificant number. But just to show you, well, we can still go down here and take at least the 2 backlinks that he's got that are worth something, talking about unique home improvements and about hiring expert metal contractors. Those 2 backlinks, we'll go out and get those 2, but we need to get you a whole lot more. How are we going to do that? Well, hey, I have a list of relevant backlinks that I can go out and get for your metal roofing page so that we can build you a strong profile. Well, see, getting you to the top, it's not magic. It's just a method, and I showed you that method today. So once again, we went over content. Your front page needs about 2,400 words, and it needs to have the proper keywords in it. Metal roofing St. Louis. It's used multiple times throughout that content. And the second, citations. You want to have 200 to 300 of these to beat out the competition by a landslide. And third, backlinks. Well, you need more relevant sites pointing at you guys to show Google that you are the authority in metal roofing. And if you implement these strategies today, you can be #1 across Google. Hey, I'm psychic, remember? So I bet you're wondering, what now? Well, you can either go with this information I provided you today and do this on your own, and I'm cool with that. But if you want the most effective route and you want to save yourself some time and a headache, hey, give me a call at 901-589-5244. And once again, my name is Shay. Hey, I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.